Georgia Tech graduates. Students, please rise for the faculty processional.
Good afternoon and welcome. Would you please rise and remain standing for the presentation of our colors and the national anthem, which will be sung by members of Sympathetic Vibrations.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was star-spangled banner yet wave. O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Do you see your parents? Do you see them up there? Well, good afternoon. It's my great pleasure at this time to introduce Mr. Vincent James, a candidate for the Bachelor of Computer Engineering in the College of Engineering, who will give us the reflection. Mr. James?
First and foremost, I want to give all the honor and glory to God, who is the head of my life. I want to thank President Peterson, faculty and staff, family, and friends. I remember first entering Georgia Tech as a wide-eyed and excited freshman, along with my friends and peers. We were ready and willing to conquer the next level of education, just as we did in high school. Now, while I finally reached the finish line, I can admit that Georgia Tech has humbled me and honed me as a very different individual who is wide-eyed and very excited to finally get out. As the class of 2015 knows very well, it takes a special individual and a whole lot of hard work to make it through Georgia Tech. Throughout my years at Georgia Tech, the fight song is something that has always filled me with immense pride, and just thinking about becoming a Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia Tech has kept me pushing forward. But as I listen to it, I remember that beyond all of the rankings and all of the prestige, every single individual who has crossed or will cross this stage embodies excellence and has achieved something truly monumental. No matter your major or your future aspirations, your journey through Georgia Tech has made you a hell of an engineer. But more importantly, your journey has made you a hell of a somebody. Like minerals deep beneath the surface, forged into diamonds from extreme heat and pressure, Georgia Tech graduates are forged by the challenges presented before them. The list of world-renowned accomplishments by those affiliated with this great institute is long, continuously growing, and awaiting your name and mine. When Jan Davis received her biology degree from Georgia Tech and went on to become a veteran of 3 space flights and log over 673 hours as an astronaut, she was a hell of a somebody. When Calvin Johnson, also known as Megatron, became a 2-time All-American while working on solar-powered latrines to improve the sanitation of Bolivia, and then went on to break the NFL record for the most receiving yards in a season, he was a hell of a somebody. And when Jimmy Carter rose from the governor of Georgia to become the 39th president of the United States and win a Nobel Peace Prize, he was a hell of a somebody. So whether you want to be a professor, a doctor, a CEO, a hell of a lawyer, or just a hell of an engineer, I want you to remember that no matter what obstacles you face in the future, no matter what trials and tribulations, think of all those that came before you and know that you too will be a hell of a somebody. Congratulations to the class of 2015. Jackets, we finally made it. We started from the bottom, and now we're here. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Vincent, and good luck. Graduates, members of the faculty and staff, distinguished guests, families, and friends, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 249th commencement exercises at the Georgia Institute of Technology. Today, we're awarding 2,000 undergraduate degrees that add on to the 700 graduate degrees we conferred last night. As is the case with our institute, success in life is seldom a one-person effort. As we celebrate the successful conclusion of one chapter of your lives, it's important to acknowledge that you've not done it alone. With us today are many families, friends, and colleagues whose love and support have helped to make this day possible. In fact, for some of the folks here today, some parents and some guests, this is not your first Georgia Tech commencement ceremony. If you're a parent of more than one proud Georgia Tech graduate through the years, or if you're a Georgia Tech alum, please stand up, wave, and be recognized. A special welcome to you. In addition, with us today are members of the faculty who have guided and mentored these students, sharing with them their time, their wisdom, and their expertise in order to help each and every one of our graduates reach their fullest potential and achieve this important milestone. Would the members of the faculty please stand and be recognized? While I could stand here and try to tell you how important this day is to our graduates and how much it means to them that you're here, it probably is better coming from them.
Hi, Mom. I just want to thank you so much for just supporting me all my entire life, and thank you to all my family just for always pushing me and motivating me to do more. Looking forward to my younger brother, Tyler, becoming a Yellow Jacket in a couple years, and congrats, class of 2015. Go Jackets!
Hi, Mom and Dad and family. Thanks so much for coming today to watch me graduate from Georgia Tech. I'm so excited to be a graduate. Go Jackets!
I'm just really happy to be graduating. I just want to thank my family, God, and my girlfriend, and I'm just excited.
Hi, Mom and Dad. I just want to say thank you so much for all of the love and support that you've given me over the past 4 years. And to my sister Sol, thank you so much for all your advice on coming to Tech. Thank you so much for all that you've done for me. Couldn't have done it without you guys. And to the class of 2015, congratulations. We did it. Go Jackets!
At this time, I'd like to introduce several members of the stage party, and I would ask that you hold your applause as they stand when I call their names. Dr. Colin Potts, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education and today's Mace Bearer. Very good. Dr. Susan Cousins, Vice Provost for Graduate Education and Faculty Development. Dr. Archie Irvin, Vice President for Institute Diversity. Mr. Dean Sheehan, Vice President for Government and Community Relations. Mr. John Stein, Interim Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. Ms. Betty Finn, representing the library. Dr. Roberta Berry, representing the Georgia Tech Honors Program. And Dr. Michelle Toulier, representing the Center for Career Discovery and Development. Let's thank them for being here. This is a momentous day for you as graduates and for your family and friends who are sharing in this celebration of your accomplishments. You've worked very hard to earn your degree from one of the best institutions in the country, and in some areas, one of the best institutions in the world. And you will forever be linked to this great university. You are well positioned for success, and you can be proud of your alma mater. We will continue to work towards our goal of making a Georgia Tech education within reach of every qualified Georgia resident, regardless of family income. We're proud to say that today included among our graduates are 25 G. Wayne Clough Georgia Tech Promise Scholars. Because of the Tech Promise program, qualified Georgia residents with the highest financial needs are able to earn a Georgia Tech education debt-free. Through their hard work and Georgia Tech's commitment, not only will their lives be changed, but the lives of their families for generations to come. As I look out on all of you today, I see a group that's well prepared for life of accomplishment and a contribution in an ever-changing world. Not because you've learned everything that will be required of you, but because your Georgia Tech education is designed to provide you with a solid foundation on which you can build throughout your lifetime as you learn and grow. It's designed to prepare you to work collaboratively, to identify challenges and create solutions, and to be a leader in business, industry, government, and the communities in which you will live, work, and play. You're prepared to not only face the future, but also to design it. And you have a marvelous future ahead of you. All of us here today watching you graduate are counting on you and hoping that you will do great things. Congratulations. This afternoon, we're both pleased and honored to have General Philip N. Breedlove, Supreme Allied Commander of Europe and Commander of U.S. European Command, as our speaker. Even better, General Breedlove is a 1977 civil engineering graduate of Georgia Tech. While here, he earned a commission as a distinguished graduate of our ROTC program. General Breedlove was raised in Forest Park, Georgia. He went on to earn a Master of Science in Aeronautical Technology from Arizona State University in 1991 and a master's degree in National Security Studies from the National War College in 1995. A fighter pilot by training, General Breedlove is a command pilot with more than 3,500 flying hours, primarily in the F-16. He has flown combat missions in Operation Joint Forge, supporting the peacekeeping operation in Bosnia, and Operation Joint Guardian to implement the peace settlement in Kosovo. Prior to rising to his current position in late spring of 2013, General Breedlove served as Commander, U.S. Forces in Europe, Commander, U.S. Air Forces Africa, Commander, Air Component Command in Ramstein, and Director of the Joint Air Power Competence Center in Kalkar, Germany. He was responsible for Air Force activities conducted through the 3rd Air Force in an area of operations covering more than 19 million square miles in 105 countries in Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Middle East, plus the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans. General Breedlove holds numerous decorations and awards, including the Legion of Merit with 3 oak leaf clusters, a Defense Meritorious Service Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters, and a Meritorious Service Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters. He has been awarded the Defense Superior Service Model and Aerial Achievement Medal. The General is married to Cindy and has 2 daughters, Samantha and Rebecca, and a son, Daniel. He's an avid motorcycle rider and is passionate about motorcycle safety. This past summer, General Breedlove arranged for a group of students that were part of the program with the Samnun School of International Affairs to visit NATO's Supreme Headquarters. He also helped arrange for a group of students from Lorraine to participate in the 70th anniversary celebration of D-Day at Normandy. Please join me in welcoming General Philip N. Breedlove, Commander of U.S. European Command and NATO's Supreme Allied Commander, Europe, and a yellow jacket to boot.
President Peterson, thank you for the introduction, and most importantly, thank you for the opportunity to share this very special afternoon with all of you and all of you. I will have to say it is absolutely no fair scheduling me to talk after Vincent. Well done to Vincent. Provost Bross, cabinet members, deans of college, esteemed faculty and staff, with a grateful spirit and on behalf of Class 2015, thank you for all you have done in leading this class of Yellow Jackets to success. Fantastic job. To all of you, the Yellow Jackets of 2015, this afternoon is about recognizing and celebrating your incredible accomplishment, graduating from this great institution, and we're going to do that here in a minute. But just as important, if not more so, today is also about reflecting back and looking forward, back on those who helped us get here. We all know none of us would have made it, nor would have been successful in such a rigorous program were it not for the efforts of a host of some very special folks. From your family and friends who never gave up on you, your professors and teachers who inspired you, fellow students who suffered with you, and the librarians who were always there for you, spiritual advisors who guided you, the dining workers who fed you, dorm personnel who housed you, campus safety and support professionals who safeguarded you, counselors, administration specialists, all who kept you on track, as well as countless others on the Georgia Tech team who made this experience of a lifetime happen. We collectively owe them all our greatest appreciation. One more time, will you join me in applause for these folks? Today is also about looking forward with gratitude as you begin to realize the enormity of the opportunities you will have ahead of you. And I owe you graduates my own special debt of gratitude. Thank you for giving this Georgia boy an excuse to stray from my normal routine to spend a beautiful Saturday afternoon with you in Georgia. To be here at Tech is like coming home for me, home with my Yellow Jacket family. So thank you. I'm very humbled to be here, and there's no place I'd rather be today, believe me. It seems like yesterday. 1977 was yesterday, wasn't it? That I was sitting right about where this nice, interesting hat is leaning forward, right over here. Now she just looked up. She's got a great hat on. I was sitting right about there, and my parents were sitting right up here above the blue sign. It was just yesterday. On the fringe of graduating from one of the nation's most respected and highly rated universities, thrilled to think about what lay ahead and eager to put what I had learned to use. Coming from the humblest of beginnings in this great state, I am proud of the many things I've been privileged to have been a part of. To be able to call myself a graduate of Georgia Tech still gives me chills and ranks right up there with my most treasured accomplishments. But before I tell you how great I think you are, I have to take a moment to let you know just how special this school truly is, because as you will soon find out, Georgia Tech is much more than just a school, and your experiences here are far more than merely academic. Georgia Tech is a professional network of innovators, a civic resource, a charitable provider, a forward-leaning, critical thinking institution, a university that actively seeks problems to solve and challenges to attack and conquer. But perhaps most notably, no one works harder or has as much fun at it as a yellow jacket from this great institution. It is in our blood. It is who we are. And you will soon discover Georgia Tech will forever be a vital part of your family, and in many ways will always be your home too. Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, long ago as a young fighter pilot and now as the not quite so young Supreme Allied Commander of Europe, I lean on the lessons that I learned here every day, all of which went well beyond my academic discipline. What Tech developed for me, although I didn't realize it until much later, was a solid foundation on which I've built and exercised my leadership skills, lifelong lessons for which I am eternally grateful. Soon after I was in your seat, the Air Force put me into pilot training. It didn't take me long to gather that I had a leg up on my peers. Because of my Georgia Tech education, I was comfortable with the engineering and physics of flying and the maneuvers and the weaponeering that we had to learn. Where others were completely immersed in the science of flying a jet, I was able to expand my focus outside of the airplane. Well, sometimes outside of the airplane. This Georgia Tech framework has served me well in my career, both as a fighter pilot and as a leader of our nation's finest young men and women. It was here at Georgia Tech that I learned how to accept complexity for what it is and to harness what I could control into realistic and sustainable solutions that solve the problems I face and get our nation's mission accomplished every day. Additionally, this school showed me just how important networks are and when they are rooted especially in trust and cooperation. In the military, everything we do is as a part of a team. It's all about trust in the man or woman to your left or to your right. I developed much of that team trust and dynamics right here in great places, material labs, survey class, ROTC. Just as importantly, this institution taught me how to listen, to really listen with empathy, and how to prioritize data into information with a critical ear. Here is where I learned the limitless potential of a team that is empowered to lead change and to not be afraid to make mistakes along the way. But most importantly, Georgia Tech showed me the awe-inspiring power of motivated people, and that would be you. I'm reminded that these lessons daily are important as I sit at the very same desk that General and President Dwight Eisenhower sat when he was the first Supreme Allied Commander of Europe. His ability to bring together and lead the armies of numerous nations during World War II is legendary, and for good reason. Not only did he have the intimately familiar stance with all of his command structures and their cultures and their weaponry, but he had to integrate that diverse team into a functioning team, a team that wanted to work together under the harshest of conditions, such as Normandy and in combat. In the best of circumstances, he faced being responsible for thousands of fatalities. In the worst of circumstances, his failure would mean generations of democratic societies may have faced very, very different circumstances. The cornerstone of his success was not simply his understanding of doctrine or tactics. Rather, it was his ability to build and sustain the morale and the energy of those on his team. He listened to them. He inspired them with his own example. And he cared for each and every one like he was their father. As he later explained when he was asked about what made him such an effective and inspiring leader, he simply remarked, "I adopted a policy of going around under the whole force to the full limit of my abilities. I did the best to meet everyone from the general to the private with a smile and a pat on the back and showing my interest in their problems." Not the words you would expect to hear from a military leader in a time of war, but they were the words of a true leader when faced with his greatest challenge. I share this with you today because each of you will soon find yourselves in leadership positions. Your ability to lead and motivate people will underwrite your success, as your technical skills and knowledge will be implied in what you do. Understanding technology and engineering will make you valuable, but it will be your aptitude for understanding your people and motivating them that will make you invaluable. Technology and engineering provide an organization with capacity, but its people provide it with capability. A seemingly simple yet often misunderstood concept, and one that must be grasped fully, especially in the complex world that you will be navigating. The good news, you're ready. And that is the heart of my message to you today. None of you should have any doubt as to your abilities to perform. You have been doing it ever since you got here. And most certainly, you've gotten much better at it across your years. And I'm here to tell you that Georgia Tech has prepared you superbly for the challenges you will face. Now it is time for you to exercise those lessons. And there is no greater reward, none, than meeting the challenge, leading people, and getting the job done. But I would be remiss if I did not remind you that just like you, I am still learning about leadership. That's what makes great leaders, their commitment to their people and their desire to continue learning. Because when we stop learning, we have stopped leading. I've been in the Air Force for 38 years, and I learn about leading every day for my soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines in the command, every single day. Leadership is not a box to check or a project to complete. It is a daily commitment to the people and a lifelong quest to just get better. Embracing the concept and daily assessing your commitment will take you far, regardless of your chosen specialty. Okay, are you still with me, Yellow Jackets? I have a feeling some of you have plans for later this afternoon. Am I right? I figured as much, and we're almost done. I want to leave you with a couple of quick pieces of advice. Advice I believe will assist you daily in your upcoming journey, while ensuring that your lifelong experiences are both whole and enriching. First, insist on giving back to your community. Your community and our great nation needs your innovative minds and your motivation. Whatever is particularly a youth program, a senior activity, a civic service, a charitable or spiritual organization, find a way to get involved. The opportunities and talent you have been afforded will always be in high demand, and there are limitless ways for you to contribute. You will leave here and build machines, buildings, and cities. I urge you to build the communities who will use them. Second, never forget who you are and remain anchored to your roots. You are destined for great success, and you've worked hard and you deserve it. But a little humility goes a long way, and it's important to take time sometimes to laugh at yourself. Let others do the talking about how awesome you are, as you simply are awesome, and take pride in being that way. Finally, stay rooted in your family. Nobody is more important than those you love. Nobody. Your family was before this college, your family is during this college, and your family is after this college. That's good. Your family and your friends were there for you before you got here, and they will be there for you afterwards. Give back to those who have given so much to you, your time, your patience, and your love. Class of 2015, my fellow Yellow Jackets, it's been an honor to share this time with you. I could not be more proud or excited. Please accept my sincerest thanks for inviting me back to this amazing place. It is awesome to be among fellow Yellow Jackets. Once again, my hearty congratulations and on your accomplishment and finally getting out. You're going to do great things. And in my day, we were taught to say, "Go Jackets, to hell with Georgia."
Thank you, General. Thank you for being here with us today, and thank you for everything you do every day to keep us safe. Now, we come to the time all of you have been waiting for, the conferring of your degrees. The moment of walking across the stage represents the culmination of much work and achievement for each of our graduates. I would ask that after you receive your diploma, you return to your seats and show your fellow students the same respect they have given you as you cross the stage. At this time, I'm pleased to welcome to the podium Dr. Raphael Bras, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, who will now introduce the academic deans by college and then present the candidates for the bachelor's degree. Dr. Bras.
Good afternoon. Associate Dean John Tone will present the undergraduate candidates for the degrees of the great Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts.
Will the spectacular candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree who have completed the requirements for this degree.
From the Ivan Allen College, Bachelor of Science in Applied Languages and Intercultural Studies, Elizabeth Grace Cleaves. Alicia Nicole Edwards. Elizabeth Delaney Shonk. Bachelor of Science in Public Policy, Mary Claire Batten. Catherine Elizabeth Brandis. Edward Coyle. Brittany Paige Dodson. Rebecca Lynn Harris. Gwendolyn Jeananne Hughes. Richard Alexander Kerfoot. Samuel Adam Lancaster. Catherine Ann Mitchell. Amanda Susanna Neighbors. Aaron Christian Peak. Joseph Eugene Rondon. Bachelor of Science in History, Technology, and Society, Lee Clifton Ayers. Monica Ellen Cahill. Zachary James Lasky. Audrey Carter Owens. Kristen Faith Figaro Palmeres. Erica Louise Alicia Niche Richards. Cale James Vondran. Sydney Tamara Wallace. Haley Elizabeth Willis. Bachelor of Science in Literature, Media, and Communication, Stacy Leonard Poole II. Lori Ann Vaughn. Bachelor of Science in Science, Technology, and Culture, Alexandra Nicole Bezzoso. Maria Nicole Basucci. Crystal Wanda Bradley. Jillian Ford Bradders. Courtney Ray Felinsky. Adrian Shondell Gardner. Grace Annalisa Helverson. Ian Christopher Lowry. Haley Anna Ricks. Ellison Elizabeth Stone. Colin Paris Torpy. Bachelor of Science in International Affairs and Modern Languages, Jonathan Ellen William Sebastian Brain. Simeon Alistair Bruce. Martha Luz Correa Jamison. Chelsea Amanda Edgar. Shaudi Farshi Faseh, Belinda Jivapong, Matthew Ryan Josie, Shannon Kathleen Kehoe, Ida Celine Cosma, Emily K. Flynn Moran, Yvonne Ponder, Austin Clay Sopa, Chloe Cooper Starger, Victoria Lynn Wall, Heather Rose Yutko, Bachelor of Science in International Affairs, Savannah Elizabeth Ashby, Nicholas Joel Barker, Amy G. Boudreau, Camilo Andres Caballero, Martin Joseph Cherney II, Amruta Divan, Rachel Rosalie Eagle, Bonnie Catherine Gao, Amy Nicole Hartman, Nicholas Owan Corveret, David Kyle Pike, Ashley Brooke Sheffield, Bachelor of Science in Economics and International Affairs, Justin Charles Bunch, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Applied Languages and Intercultural Studies, Phoebe Ann Chim, Amanda Claire Figueredo, Seher Kader, Marissa Lee Olson, Rohini Ramaswamy, Bachelor of Science in Global Economics and Modern Languages, Caroline Duggan Adams, Jennifer Boudreau, Kevin Ryan Cox, Bachelor of Science in Economics, Alexis Danielle Andrews, Michael James Cherwich, Michael Mario de la Guardia, Lauren Elaine Foley, Lawrence Kim, Jacob Lee Pierce, Sarah Elizabeth Pilcher,
Dean Marian Malavi will present the undergraduate candidates for degrees in the Ernest Scheller Jr. College of Business.
Would the awesome candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from the Georgia Institute of Technology's Scheller College of Business please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you those candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration degree who have all met the requirements for this degree.
From the Scheller College of Business, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Joseph Kenneth Abad, Hannah Ahmad, Margot Elise Aiklin, Nicole Susan Alampi, Anders Roth Albertson, Haley Laurel Alexander, Jackson Boatwright Alton, Savannah Lanier Anderson, Benjamin Earl Apple, Casey Ellen Arnold, Christina Marie Bacalao, Victor R. Baldwin, Songzi Lise Barker, Morgan Nicole Beek, Samuel Richard Benefield II, Betul Denise Binkser, Mary Annis Betts, Chelsea Ann Boatman, Kayla Nicole Brady, Lauren Elizabeth Brett, Ellison Elizabeth Brown, Eric Daniel Bruce, Julianne Elizabeth Birch, Spencer Ellen Birch, William Scott Burke, Abigail Sarah Burton, Quinn Paget Campbell, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Applied Languages and Intercultural Studies. Jonathan Michael Serron, Ahona Chua Chatterjee, Chazera Michaela Chicks, Jong Yon Hwan Choi, Jung Jin Choi, Christopher Frank Cho, Byung Min Chun, Timothy William Coates, Luis Roberto Calendres, Grace Ellen Cornell, Maren Elizabeth Cornell, Zachary Hunt Cook, Brandon Marquise Copeland, Michael Lawrence Cox, Mira Lee Coy, Reese Turner Curtis, Andrew John Jersey III, Alexandra Catherine Davis, Megan Ansley DeLong, Allison Caroline Dell, Sadiya Dahnani, Bahrad Dare, Hannah Jean Dillon, Colin Taylor Edwards, William Michael Edwards, Gregory John Ammer, Elizabeth Lee Elmore, Megan Elizabeth Feeney, Davis Powell Flowers, Patricia Lynn Ford, Carly Ann Fulham, Elizabeth Ann Gallagher, Ricardo Garcia Rulfo, Joshua Lawrence Garrick, Samantha Lynn Janelli, Peter Joseph Gillia, Jonathan Scott Gilliam, Javonta Jamal Golden, William Gray Grandi, Trent M. Handler, Anthony John Harrell, Stephanie Nicole Harris, Ansley Jane Hatcher, Stephanie Marie Hay, Nicholas Edward Heapy, Parisa Hedarifa, Jory Ray Hill, Micah Emilia Hosford, Rachel Elise Hudgens, Hogan Roger Hughes, Daniel Gardner Hutchinson, Kelvin Dustin Ingram, Rahul Ramachandran Iya, Cole Bishop Jacob, Isabel Louise Jacobs, Melissa Ann Gerald, Katarina Rose Jenkins, Lucia Elizabeth Jennings, Yong Kun Jong, Catherine G, Michael Sushil Jalela, Caitlin Mary Johnsky, Damon Eugene Johnson, Michael David Johnson, Robert Hugh Johnson, Samuel Bartlett Johnson, Austin Raleigh Jones, Emily Catherine Jones, Keely Michelle Jones, Christine Marie Jones, Roxanne Kelsey Kaiser, Ha Yun Kang, Jin Kong, Dylan Saunders Case, Eric Stephen Keener, Dylan Jeffrey Keys, Phila Kim, Tammy Kim, Joshua Stephen Kirby, Kylie Elise Kleinschmidt, Monica Bell Kotz, Amy Lee, Hya Young Lee, Letta Lee, Richard Dean Liu, John Arthur Loschiavo Jr., Lindsay Liu, Christopher James Maddox, Poonam Shaya Matani, Gerard Eugene Mansour, Mary Ann Mayfield, Alexis Connor McLeod, Tremaine Deshawn McNair, Kelly Marie Mayer, Yo Yun Min, Kushbu Muhammad, Kellyanne Nicole Morrissey, Kevin Paul Mensch, Sahil Salim Momin, Kathleen Elizabeth Murphy, Lindsay Jordan Murphy, Sarah Nam, Puya Narahi, Kelsey N. Nakum, Tai Min Nguyen, Alexei Nathaniel Nikovich Hahn, Dominique Durrell Noble, William Josiah Paget, David Joseph Park, Elliot Jong Won Park, Molly Angelina Parker, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Global Economics and Modern Languages. Ravi Sunil Patel, Carlos Gerardo Perez Anuali, Alexandra Taliferro Tolliver Perry, Alexa Ambrosine Pierre, Kevin Michael Pridgeon, Christine Elizabeth Proctor, Philip Lau Proctor Jr., Taylor Gregory Pruitt, Coleman Tyler Pusateri, Emily Amanda Raven, Laura Lee Rashkowski, Suvita Rakakrishnan, Andrew Mikhail Reed, John Bailey Reinhardt, Catherine Amy Richards, John Paul Richards, Holly Michelle Richer, Darren Christopher Roberts, William Christopher Roden, Sanchari Roy, Surya Ruda, Priya Samkuma, Jennifer Sample, Robert Allen Sampson, Taylor John Sands, Denise Sandley, Mark Christopher Sarman, Edward Victor Sheff, Alex Patrick Sharji, Kenya Lee Scott, Eduardo Segura Mandarino, Erica Nicole Seyfried, Mary Caroline San, Bo Kyung Seo, Matthew Daniel Serpico, Laura Ann Saris, Sheena Nahi Shahanjan, Wally S. Sharifi, Jenna Collins Sharp, Casey Therese Sheehan, Rahul Kamlesh Sheikh, Kelsey Nicole Shriver, Sarah Marie Sakura, Zachary Peixoto Silva, Chad Armand Sims, Hope Elizabeth Skalak, Mackenzie Miller Sloan, Julianne Taylor Smith, Jennifer Rita Soul, Madison Ann Sparts, Kimba Michelle Stables, Ashley Ann Stilwell, Mary Catherine Strom, Elizabeth Eileen Safford, Kara Elaine Tarpley, Chelsea Marie Thomas, Kelly Lynn Thomas, Tierney Rose Tite, Kyle William Travis, Andrew Newton Trailer, Kaylee Marie Trum, Karsten William Tufts, Ashley Grace Teamchuck, Sarah Elizabeth Vaughn, Angela Patricia Valen, Megan L. Vonderhaar, John David Wagner, Carly Moretti Walker, Jesse Davis Wallace IV, David Andrew Ward, Daniel Isaac Watts, Michael Wilson Wendell, Robert Greer Williams Jr., Elise Ann Wilton, Lauren Elizabeth Winkler, Justin John-Bu Wan, Catherine Ellison Woolbright, Jacob Lee Wright, Lauren Amal Yazbak, Isabel Chloe Young, Brian Zaldivar, Carrie Lynn Zimmer, Jessica Lee Zupon, Bachelor of Science in Management, William Alexander Dahl, Oliver Frank Schendergens,
Dean Paul Goldbart will present the undergraduate candidates for the degrees in the College of Sciences.
Candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Sciences, home to bold explorers creating new knowledge to help drive forward the technology and medicine of tomorrow, and also simply to lift the human spirit to new heights, and grateful partners in the spectacular new engineered biosystems building. It's at 10th and Atlantic. Do drive by. Candidates, please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree who have completed the requirements for this degree.
From the College of Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, Caitlin Michelle Alstead. Samara Ahmad. Michael Davis Banks. Grant Stewart Cohn. Angel Alfonso Cabal. Shaz Syed Farid. Brian Michael Gorduno. Jacqueline Elizabeth Harris. Mariam Khalid Ishaq. Paula Lucky Yaha. Niti Nilesh Kambati. Yoonhee Kathleen Kim. Paul Yunpyung Kwan. Ryan Christopher Lane. Jonathan Wyatt Martin. Neda Naruzi. Gabrielle Martin Pajares. Diti Yahin Pithadia. Melissa Jane Punkatali. Peter Carl Shinak. Michael Keith Sellers. Samantha Sue Stadmiller. Fatima Zara Zadudu. Bachelor of Science in Physics, Eric Matthew Berger. Colin Thomas Campbell. Stephen Robert Doty. Connor Michael Dunn. Christopher William Evans. Chris R. Gilbert. Adam Ginton. Stephen Mark Harrington. Shadrach Timothy Hepner. Connor James Herndon. Brandon Kyle Hinkston. Andras Karsai. Thomas Forrest Kiefer, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics. Robert Howard Leonard Jr. David Elias Levinson. Alexander Jacob Lind. Nicholas Van Ian Lucas. Lorena Magna Zertuche. Benjamin William McEnroe. Brian Joseph McMahon. Joshua Ramist, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. Robert Peter Stocking III. Casey Hunter Trimble. Nathan James White. Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, David Nicholas Aban. Christopher Aaron Cook. Thomas Andrew Diaz. Stephanie Janine Jennings. Abigail Rose Lewis. Ashlyn Morgan Norris. Brittany Brianna Aprasuth. Laura Beth Plank.
Mr. President, do you think we have time for one last college? It's been 2 long days. Dean Gary May will present the undergraduate candidates for the degrees of the College of Engineering.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the largest, most diverse, very best College of Engineering in the world please rise and remain standing. Got a few. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree who have completed the requirements for this degree and are prepared to go out and build a better world.
From the College of Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, Shafkat Anaf. Richard Taylor Andrews. Shurjo Banerjee. Punjan Bhutnagar. Kevin Shirhao Chen. Zhu Chen. Zheheng Chen. Robert Jin Choi. James DeReer Coleman Jr. Reynaldo Cruz. J. Christopher Danner. Jonathan DeRizo. Richard Bradley Farr. Dhruvan Yahin Desai. Siddharth Dhingra. Dylan DeJoya, sorry. Justin William Eng. Jordan S. Ford. Julie Emiko Freeman. Jeffrey Carl Gabriel. Jae Kyung Han. James Gerald Hawkins. Joshua Lee Holly. Kavan Randall Hospedales. Vincent Keith James II. Jonathan Christopher Jones. Shanawaz Khan. Erica Rakita Kirkpatrick. James W. Knowles III. Daniel Tiberius Lee. Joshua Lee. Lucy Leon Lenhart. Chengyu Lee. Xuan Li. Jinyuan Liang. Tyler Joseph Wasowski. Samuel Lewis Litchfield. Guang Lu. Kenneth Daniel Marino. John Weston McCraney. Andrew McDonald. Bradford Harrison Medeiros. Stephen Carl Merhammer. James Richard Nagendran. Andrew James Neville. Philip Tring Win. Troy Donovan O'Neill. Judah Alawesian Okaleye. Lucas George Panayoto. Himanshu Pandey. Ankit Himanshu Patel. Chris Paukar. Kyle Joseph Porter. Louis Raffaelli. David Luther Rhodes. Christopher Taylor Roberts. Katwan Lamount Rogers, Russell Allen Rollins, Nachafan Runsakorak, Joseph Donato Santilli, Stephen Allen Seligson, Malika Sen, Douglas Sigulbaum, Ganesh Subramaniam, Ian Joseph Taylor, Marcus Ray Taylor II, Alberto Philip Torres, Luai Troyan, Chisi Wong, Alan Scott Wild, Eric James Wong, Kim Ye, Linza Zhao, Bachelor of Science in Nuclear and Radiological Engineering, Varija Agarwal, Brian Mark Anderson, Kelsey Nicole Austin, Alden James Bowen, William Owen Bryans Jr., Baron Jacob Guy Carlton, Mitchell Allen Carr, Damian Kaayi Chula, Keith Chadwick Griffin, Nicholas Burchard Jackson, Samuel Francis Klein, Charles Olson Leake, James Wesley Luttrell, Joshua Michael McCann, Christopher Oliver McGahee, Marion Devon McGowan, Ayuko Morikawa, Benjamin Charles Musal, Saifuddin Mia Rashid, Dylan James Robideau, Hunter Alexander Smith, Snehi Valarupali, Justin Alexander Williams, Bachelor of Science in Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering, Ermias Daye Abate, Changun An, Chance Alexander Anderson, Andrew Joseph Aylward, William Scott Baker, Nelson Guillermo Becerra Machado, Caitlin Ashley Beagley, Blake William Bourgeois, Corey Dean Carlson, Bethany Lee Carnes, Kirsten Victoria Claggett, Nicholas Robert Coletti, Jessica Lynn Daigle, Nikhil Deshpande, Ji Yuan Ding, William Rogers Eklick, Victoria Lynn Falk, Zachary James Finelty, Zachary Ingram Fay, Thomas Lee Giordano, Mayra Alejandro Giraldo, Catherine Helen Green, Abhishek Gupta, Casey Michelle Hirschman, Mehfuz Jalal, Yundi Jiang, Devin Ray Johnson, Lindsay Vaughn Jones, Marion Beth Jurin, Heather Rose Keefe, Jimin Kim, Robert Ju Kwan Kim, Junhoo Ko, Andrew Wesley Kasik, Anaje Douglas Anthony Lamont, Samuel Alexander Leach, Andrew Lee, Yunsu Lee, Younghun Lee, Alexander Leitov, Gande Lee, Jacob David Lichtman, Yuchun Lee, Patrick Joseph McDonald, Kamakashi Malhotra, Sarah Elizabeth Markievich, David Winfield McCandless, Eric Ryan McCaslin, Olivia Marie McGahan, Jamil Hussein Merali, J. Robert Michal, Injung Ashley Min, Julia Lenore Mizi, Abhishek Mukund, Caitlin Sophia Murphy, Anisha Laka Naidu, Brooke Anna Naples, Courtney Shea O'Gorman, Jessica Marie Obermiller, Nicholas Charles Panetta, Changwoo Park, Bhargav Patel, Keith Edward Pickering, Nicholas Andrew Proct, Taylor Brett Rays, Kevin Davis Ray, Megan Elizabeth Robison, Allison Kate Rogers, Ryan Joseph Ronaldo, Ricardo Saenz Ladazabal, Christopher Kenneth Sandage, Naomi Nishith Sangrahi, Benjamin Frank Sauk, Owen Meyer Scott III, Nish Anil Shah, Sidney James Sherrill, Charles William Sides, Christina Catherine Segrist, Brooke Alexandra Smith, Suleiman Salim Somani, Raquel Vashti Stahlkup, Caroline Mariana Stark, William Edwin Stearns Jr., William Tyler Steindorf, Matthew Stepanek, Philip Marshall Stouffer, Sue Sun, Emily Grace Tucker, Forrest Michael Tuttle, Brooks Bailey Van Kashma Bar, Nicholas Mason Wong, Saken Wong, Jacqueline Marie Whaling, Sarah Catherine Wells, Caitlin Gale Willingham, Nathan Wesley Wynn, Rachel M. Winslow, Deborah Huizang Wu, Xin Zhang, Jason Lane Zicatella, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering.
Edward James Aguilar, Donya Shadi Adjari, Travis Richard Akins, Robert John Ackridge Jr., George Alexopoulos, Christopher John Allen, Zainab Salfuddin Amiji, Takaya Renee Anderson, Demolus El Jeju Argar, Clinton Frederick All, Jackson Tyler Autry, Isatu Kamadine Berry, Daniel Stephen Bennett, Kevin Michael Berman, Leonardo Esteban Bernal, Michael James Bogeman, Alexander Lanier Booth, Luke Parnell Booth, David James Bray, Socrates Arbin Buffy, John Eric Bukowski, Rahul Nigel Castellino. Shambhavi Chandrachud. Benjamin Chang. Jiwan Chang. Jiwan Chun. Timothy Jared Saraki. Jordan Alexander Cole. Kevin Taylor Cook. Sri Harsha Dama. Zachary William Danielak. Tyler Ryan Daughtry. Justin Stanley Denard. Matthias Tennessee Denu. Sanjuna Dunkakni. Christopher Joseph Dahopopelski. Tawanika Christian Douglas. Aidan Patrick Dowdle. James Thomas Eccles. John Douglas Edwards Jr. Rusha Huntoon El Jarudi. Eric Charles Fagan. Brandon Keith Fairfield. Chu Yao Feng. Nathaniel William Forrest Fessmeyer. Margaret Ann Fitzharris. Matthew Solomon Fontenot. Gwanjia Bobadegme Ghana. Aaron Stephen Garofano. Lisa Elaine Gates. Yunyi Gong. Philip Adam Gordon. Philip Jamar Hughes. Dhruv Gupta. Riya Vikas Gupta. Arshit Rajendra Jain. Suyong Jang. Jaredith Jardel Jajon Gilles. Netiko Kapal Omus. Muhammad Abubakar Khan. Jung Hun Kim. Charles Julian Knight. Pavel Komarov. Kevin Christopher Limas. Hong Fei Lee. Tian Hao Lee. Ryan David McNeil. Ji Mei. Zachary Mizell. Daniel Jacob Morton. Sai Raghuv Mupuye. Michael Aidan Murphy. Urun Narayanan. Brian Edward Nemsick. John McCarty Noe. Christian Thor Olison. Jeremy Sarbri Omas. Juan Antonio Ortiz. Rio Osawa. Keith Osabohen Oseyamphadan. Joseph Patrick Palugi III. Christopher William Peterson. Taylor Adam Powell. Salman Zahir Rahim. Janani Ramakrishnan. Nicole Marie Ray. Alex Jin Young Rim. Hayden Michael Ritterford. Gregory Charles Roberts. Brandon Sean Rock. William Jesus Rodriguez. Ivan Nathaniel Rush. Daniel Drake Russell. Arjun Sadanand, Benjamin Adams Schmidt, Nicholas Patrick Sheehan, Di Sheng, Weston Kyle Smallwood, Aditya Somani, Ramon Lim Swa Jr., Haitian Sun, Jonathan Douglas Talbot, Ker Tung, Hillary Ann Taylor, Antoria Patrice Thompson, Kai Tian, Christopher Louis Temperio, Jonathan Kang Yu Ting, Ernesto Caza Trotman, Brian Patrick Walker, Yingyan Samantha Wang, Thomas Frederick Wells, David Lay Whitney, Adrian Alphonsus Winata, Hong Yang, Xiao Yang, Brenton Yao Shun Yu, Sean Albert Yolander Jr., William W. Zhang, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Matthew Tyler Aaron, Kunal Neil Abhishandran, James Riley Adams, Polomi Adaya, Pulkit Ahrawal, Robert Danger Agax, Charles Anthony Albo, Kylie Ann Ulea, Benjamin James Andrews, Richard Stephen Airy, Oscar Alexander Argueta, Tapan Sanjeev Askan Gokar, Anthony Michael Bandoli, Robert E. Barnhart, Robert Forrest Barentine, Nathan William Bayer, William Dalton Beckham, Andrew Michael Benton, Nicholas Andrew Byer, Venkatesh Bharathvaj, Shantonio Winston St. Birch, Tyler Jordan Blair, Andrew Davis Bloser, Nishant Baudupe Apale, Kyle Zachary Bogdell, Hamilton Brett Boyd, Richard Andrew Bragg, Paul Henry Brandeis, Jasmine Dajanique Erica Bright, Benjamin Sherman Broadhead, Clifford Lee Brown, Dylan Patrick Brocksterman, Andrew Joseph Bryant, Devin Abdua Bogan, Michael Andrew Bullard, Ryland Ross Callender, Christopher Martin Capocasol, John Andrew Redwing Castillo, Peter Nicholas Castle, James Patrick Cottle, Christopher Thomas Cesarini, Andrew D. Chasteen, Raghuraj Jitendra Shahan, Hyun Cho, Nathaniel James Claggett, Dalton Joel Clark, Michael Thomas Cleary Jr., Benjamin Hayden Cogswell, Russell James Conine, Andrew Webster Corbett. Aido Yogeli Contes Pena. Hector Tony Cruz. Samuel Stephen Cruz. Pham Nam Quang. Priya Renu Diamico. Parker Lewis Daniels. Alex Christian Dean. Catherine Marie DeGraba. Kevin Alexander Deasy. Jose Oscar Del Rio Rivera. John Luke DeRochers. Christian David DeCenzo. Devin Ridge Dilley. Harry Ellsworth Downing III. Elliot Samuel Dropkin. Ricardo Javier Duenas Gerritsen. Alexander James Dunphy. Logan Christopher Easterwood. Corey Rasim Adib. David Michael Egbert. Luke Richard Eichelkraut. Charles Scott Eldridge. Erica Rich Elliott. Carlos Andres Estella. Joshua Scott Fields. Brandon Michael Fink. Aaron Joshua Finkel. Addison Harlow Fisher. Paul Felipe Ferrero. Fernando Galnares Jr. Ethan James Garreau. John Batista Gattuso. Pavikas Gela. Nikhil Thomas George. John Sharp Gillespie VI. Joseph Abbott Goff Jr. James Eduardo Gonzalez. Matthew Edward Gross. Stephen Christopher Goss. Scott Matthew Greer. Tyler George Gunther. Zhong Min Ha. Jeffrey Christopher Hale. Hyun Tag Han. Kristen Nicole Hansen. William Kenneth Harwood. Duncan Emmerich Hazel. David Michael Hawes. Alexander Rodney Hearn. Henry Daniel Heberbrand. Joshua E. Hedgepeth. Christopher Hernandez. Jonathan Edmund Hill. Nicholas James Hines. Shane Michael Heitchu. Philip Douglas Hoffman. Christopher James Holly. Matthew Eugene Hollingsworth. Douglas Edward Horgan. Wesley Robert Howell. Jamie Alexandra Hudson. Charles Philip Hughes. Christopher Allen Holsey. Kiu Ho Wang. Daniel Armando Jacomino. Nicholas A. Johnson. Nicole Ann Jones. Amelia Jean Joyner. Vishwanath Kadiyala. Hayden Scott Kaminsky. Taegyu Kong. John Patrick Cavanagh. Meredith Marie Kendrick, Dai Hyun Kim, Daniel Kim, Sung Hee Kim, Sung Young Kim, Walter Spencer Kim, Benjamin Lee Klein, Jae Yu Ko, Paul Joseph Koenig, Brian Thomas Kushmoris, Ilya Segovich Kawilenko, Jeffrey Leon Landau, Lindsay Fullerton Langstaff, Matthew David Lehman, David Allen Levy Jr., Joshua S. Lee, Sung Wook Lee, Tony Suho Lee, Zephaniah Lilith Levin, Christian Alexander Lewis, Guillermo Muniz Lima, Botian Liu, Zong Young Liu, Andrew Tate Loper, Sally Myung Liu, Jacob Alexander Marcy, Joshua Mangone, Alexander Thomas Mangum, Jingwan Mao, Christina Paola Maero Victoria, Andrew Ryan Marcy, James Patrick Martinek, Samuel Raleigh McBride, Joshua Robert Allen McKelvey, John Carl Murley, Sean William Metcalf, Mark Frazier Miller, Alan John Milner, Thomas David Ming, Alvin Lee Miranda, Rebecca Lee Miranda, Phyllis Lynette Montgomery, Matthew Chapman Moore, Robert Leslie Moreos III, Duncan Scott Murphy, Emily Ann Myerscough, Mohammed Haltham Helmi Nasser, William John Nemitz, Tri Man Nguyen, Suchan O, Chidabem Omezi Okeane, Zhen Kang Fang, Sung Ju Park, Nicholas Bernard Pasquarello, Forrest Christopher Patty, Andrew Michael Pavano, Alexander Paul Pergakis, David Daniel Falk, Steben Philbrook, Cameron Edward Phillips, Russell James Pizzuto, Andrew James Pontius, Claire Elaine Porter, Waylon Tanner Puckett, August Christian Robbie, Vinay Nagraj Raido, Santosh Renukantia, Carolyn Sean Ree, Gregory Allen Riley, Jonathan David Roberts, Avery Price Robinson, Jason Burnham Robinson, Toby Scott Robinson, Joseph Allen Rojero, Drew Dale Roskoff, Jeremy Dustin Rozier, Roberto Emmanuel Sanchez Rodriguez, Zachary Nigel Hensley Sanders. Andrea Lynn Schodorf. Ali Melissa Shurik. Christopher M. Searles. Kurt Eugene Siegler, Jr. Nicholas Scott Servies. Mohammed Gamal Shafiq. Manan Kishore Shah. Amanda Faye Shiver. Michael Daniel Simon. Karamjit Singh. Kavita Sharan Singh. Mariah Drew Smith. Sagar Soni. Chad Wesley Spallinger. Austin Davis Spencer. Thomas Lee Spencer. Veronica Gabrielle Spencer. Siddharth Srinam. Benjamin Alexander Stewart. Max Andrew Stockslager. Brandon Taylor Stone. Danielle Steele Stoner. Stavros Anthony Stratus. Ruwan Subha Singh. Eric John Summons. Andithya Suraesh. Shelby Lee Sutton. Jiaying Jessica Tang. Della Alstrom Taylor. Joshua Rand Terrell. James Philip Twaits. John Patrick Tiernan. Tony Wayne Tren. Carl James Trovel. Siyu Lok Chi. Cole Aaron Turner. Sarthik Vaish. Anthony Joel Vaught. Grant Justo Veva. Nicholas Copeland Walker. Lindsay Aaron Dady Wallace. Richard Wong. Joseph Michael Ward. Jeremy Sanborn Wegener. Wesley Daniel Wells Jr. Corey James Wesselink. Jacob Holt Wiggins. Austin Douglas Wilder, also receiving Bachelor of Science in Applied Languages and Intercultural Studies. Christopher Ryan Wilson. Daniel Hanbin Yi. Jisoo Yu. Simon Dae Yoon. Melissa Marie Young. Jacob Alexander Yount. From the Scheller College of Business, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Joseph Andrew Chakiti. Stacy Yoonjung Lee. From the College of Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Nelson Kevin Tanifo Kui. From the College of Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering, Eugene Park.
I know it's here somewhere. Oh, I remember. Would the graduates please stand? This is the important part. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Georgia Institute of Technology and by the authority of the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities hereunto appertaining. Graduates, to symbolize your achievement, you may now move your tassels on your mortarboard. Please congratulate these fine graduates. At this time, I'd like to introduce Captain Wesley Meredith from the Air Force ROTC to recognize those graduates who are commissioned to serve in the U.S. Armed Forces. Just a note that last evening, Captain Meredith received his Master's in International Affairs from Georgia Tech. Captain.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I have the privilege of honoring a special group of students in the graduating class of 2015. Will the graduates of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps ROTC programs please stand and remain standing? President Peterson, in addition to the successful completion of all academic requirements in their respective fields of study, these students have also successfully completed a rigorous training program that has included a strong focus on the principles of academic excellence, physical fitness and conditioning, and leadership, all with the intent of preparing them to assume their roles as officers of the United States Armed Forces. Please join me in congratulating our graduates on their outstanding achievements and thanking them for their patriotism and service to our country.
Almost there. Georgia Tech alumni are an extraordinary group of high achievers. To welcome the members of this graduating class into the Fellowship of Tech, I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Bob Stargell, class of 1983 and this year's chairman of the Georgia Tech Alumni Association. Bob?
Thank you, Dr. Peterson. Good afternoon. It is an honor and a privilege to welcome this evening's honorees of degrees into the Alumni Association of Georgia Tech. It's also a very special time for me because I have a daughter who's in your graduating class, Chloe. My, how time does fly. So today's alumni represent 143,000 people, each of which completed the journey to learning, exploring, growing, studying, having fun, albeit that's a relative term for this school, and attaining the critical skills to solve the complex problems of the world. We have in the past and we will in the future. Our journey of obtaining a degree from Georgia Tech is a common bond we all share regardless of how we got here. It's one that's provided challenges, instilled discipline, created values, and afforded learning experiences as we all sought to get out or graduate from this great university. Now, I arrived on Tech's campus with the same hopeful anticipation and excitement that each of you did. intellectually thirsty, eager to meet new people, explore new things, and enjoy the college life that would shape what I am and who I do and what I do. Now, believe it or not, I actually turned down a full ride to an Ivy League school because an alumnus from my hometown of Cincinnati, Ohio, called me and asked me about going to this great alma mater that he was so proud of. And I knew about the traditions at Georgia Tech being a top-tier university, and it was a lot warmer in the South, so I came down here. The impact of that alumnus was lost on me at the time, but I've come to recognize it as the first introduction into the tremendous network of Georgia Tech alumni. This alumnus directed me to scholarships, co-op jobs, opening doors that I didn't know existed, but I happily walked through because, you see, I was thirsty to be at this university and proud to be there. Now, let's do a little exercise. Look to your left, look to your right. One of you will not be here your sophomore year. These are words that were spoken during my tenure. I'm glad to say they weren't spoken during yours. And I kind of felt sorry for those other two people. I got this, I thought. I survived my freshman year, becoming even thirstier, intellectually thirstier and prouder to be at this university. However, my sophomore year turned into a nightmare due to not going to class, having too much fun, and poor study habits. I learned that I was not naturally brilliant. That going to class was important, forming study groups and collaborating would be needed to get out of this great institution. I put in the work just like you all did. I earned my degree in electrical engineering, and those nightmares turned back into, there you go, turned back into that hopeful excitement and anticipation after 5 years. Now, I was a co-op, though, now, so remember that. Although I do have to warn you that the nightmare that you all have will last for 5 to 10 years of you waking up for a final, having not gone to class, or being late. It's going to happen, but it will go away, believe me. Your class is better prepared, more diverse, and has greater potential than those that came before you. You've each completed your journey that has resulted in earning your degree from a top-tier university and the smartest public university in the country per Business Insider. Now, I ask that you keep it that way by staying connected to Georgia Tech. Get involved in an affinity group, recruit for your company, come back and speak on the lecture circuit, and give to roll call. To help you start giving back, an anonymous alumnus has put aside $25 in your name for the Georgia Tech Alumni Association. Please keep these donations going forward so that this school will be better tomorrow than it is today. Stay thirsty, my friends. Intellectually thirsty. Continue to grow. Seek new challenges. Think critically and ask tough questions. You are now a member of the Georgia Tech Alumni Network, and your achievements will help this institution secure bright and diverse students, faculty, and staff, and global recognition as the best university to attend, and be proud you're a part of it. Congratulations once again to this year's graduating class. May that hopeful excitement and anticipation last with you throughout all the journeys you take. Go Jackets!
In closing, I'd like to express my appreciation to Sharon Lim, Susan Cousins, and Joseph Hughes for announcing the graduates' names, and for all of my associates for helping to put this commencement ceremony together. At this time, members of the Sympathetic Vibrations will lead us in the alma mater, followed immediately by the faculty recessional. The graduates in the audience are requested to remain standing while the stage party recesses. Then I invite you to join in the singing of the best-known fight song in America, the Rambling Wreck from Georgia Tech. For our newest graduates, we have a special treat. As you exercise the McCamish Pavilion this afternoon, Immediately after the ceremony, the whistle will blow several times in your honor. General Breedlove, thank you for being here with us today. To the attendees, the family, friends that are here, thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2015.
O sons of Tech, arise, behold the banner as it reigns supreme. For from on high the white and gold waves in its triumphant gleam. The spirit of the cheering throng resounds with joy, revealing a brotherhood in praise and song, in memory of the days gone by. O Scion of the Southland, in our hearts you shall forever